Hi people, it's your girl Honey. I am back with another video today. Today's topic is going to be why I don't date Cancer men. I've made other videos of me speaking about why I don't date Scorpio men and also why I don't date the Pisces man. But I've also made videos expressing the positive things about the Pisces and the Scorpio in general. Right? However, I have not made a positive video speaking about Cancer, but that will happen in due time. But this video that I'm making right now is long overdue. Now, after you watch this video, please check the bio and description for any other videos that I might have put down there. Always worth a check. But anyway, let's get started. Why don't I date these men? Okay? Now, when I first meet Cancers, and this is all going to be based on my personal experience and friends around me or whatever, okay, but this is going to be my experience. It might not be yours, but it's mine. Now, whenever I meet Cancer men, they always seem to be the kind of guy that you would want long term, right? They have nice qualities about them. They look very nice. They dress very well. Conversation is always quite nice, and they seem to be the type of person to use their initiative quite a lot as well. So they are a cardinal sign, so they're very good at starting things. They're the kind of people that like to be in relationships. They'll start relationships a lot, but they don't necessarily finish them very well, okay? A Cancer man tends to be the kind of guy who would, you know, ask you out on a date, but he'll take you somewhere very nice, you know, he'll woo you. I like being wooed. That's a very nice quality to have, you know. But as I start getting, you know, familiar with them, this is before I might even know his sign, right? I discover that he appears to be very sensitive. And I have a very brash banter, and there is a slight coldness to me at times. And the Cancer man is very gentle, you know, he's very sensitive. And these are the men that I don't gravitate towards because of the sensitivity, because of, you know, I might laugh at someone who might fall over in the street, whereas, you know, that might make him get like, why the hell would you laugh? That's not funny. You know, he might get in a mood because of me laughing at someone who's just fallen over. And the mood swings for a Cancer man, I can't deal with the mood swings. I can't deal with the fact that this guy is very upset about something so minor, and they tend to dwell over things that have upset them, and that's something that really annoys me about Cancer men. I don't like the dwelling on the past. As an Aries woman, I tend to have a problem and then 5 minutes I'm over it like it never happened. I can't dwell on a situation that I can't change, and that's why I struggle to understand or appreciate that quality in a Cancer man. You know, like for example, I have a Cancer male friend, and I've known him for about 4 or 5 years, and he's had the same situation with his girlfriend for the past 4 or 5 years. I haven't seen him for about 3 years, and it was my birthday a few weeks ago, and I had a big party, and he came down, and, you know, imagine this is a celebration, right? What do you think he was talking about? You know, the same dwelling on the past and feeling sad about the breakup with his girlfriend. And, you know, I don't want to hear this. This is my birthday. I'm having a good time. I'm happy. Why do you think I want to get serious and talk about that? It's boring. And this is what I mean with the dwelling and the sadness. And there's always a cloud, a gloomy cloud over Cancer men, and because I'm not a gloomy woman, I can't be around that sad, gloomy vibe when it comes to the Cancer men. Now, another thing that I don't like about them is they tend to test you, and I don't ever stick around long enough to be tested, okay? I don't do that. But with a Cancer man and with a woman who has the patience, right? A Cancer man tends to like play this disappearing act, which I don't appreciate, and they like to disappear just to check to see if she really cares about me. You know, I might not call her for the next couple of days to see if she calls me, but trust and believe he's sitting at his phone watching your WhatsApp, your social media, seeing the last time you was online, just to test you. Just to see if you are going to contact him first and to see if he cares. I don't have time for that. Who's got time for games? I don't have time for games, right? So, another story I gotta tell you. Oh my god, a quick story. I was on Tinder many moons ago, okay? And I met this guy on there, good looking guy, same interests that I have, you know, and we started talking. And I asked, oh, what's your star sign? He says Cancer. And I was like, However, I was cool being friends with him from a distance or whatever. And then he began to tell me that he was seeing someone, and he had been seeing them for like 3 years, and, you know, he loved them. And the reason why he couldn't see a future in it is because that girl is in a type of religion where she can't date interracially or date someone of his background. And I was sitting there thinking, wow, you know, you're on Tinder and this is what you're saying to me. Now, I would never show my true colours, in a sense. I would never react badly to something like that. I don't know him, so I'm not going to react and be like, oh my god, why are you on here? I would never do that. But it gives me an insight into Cancers, because I find Cancers to be a very disloyal sign. Astrologers may say Cancers are very loyal, but I don't find them to be loyal. I find them to be very disloyal, and I found it very disrespectful that he was on there. And I found it very funny because I do say Cancers are spiritually free, whereas they're never aware of what they're doing, because they tend to do things that make their spirit happy over being considerate towards the people around them. And what he was doing is he's trying to break away, but he's dwelling on the past still, not sure whether to go forward or back. And that is dangerous. You can't be meeting people if you still have someone else's energy on your dick, basically. You can't do that. And that's something that I can't deal with when it comes to the Cancer man. There's also the whole nagging thing. Like, a Cancer man will always tell you, you know, how he feels, but it's always going to be at the wrong time. And you know what else? Oh my god, how can I miss this? Yeah, Cancer men are mummy's boys. They are extremely close to their mothers. They're always very quick to invite you around their house to meet their mothers. And that's something that I never quite understood about them, because, you know, when I've met Cancer men, they do talk a lot about their mums, and they do live with their mums still, but they're looking for someone who has similar qualities to their mum, and that's not always a bad thing. However, I find it very unhealthy when you have a ridiculously close relationship with your mother to the point where you are mothered still by your mum at this, you know, big age that you are. You know, as an Aries, I'm very independent, and dating a Cancer man who's not independent because he still depends on his mum still, I don't really appreciate that. And there's also this this self-absorbed thing about them, right? Which I don't necessarily, I can't stand it about the Cancer men with the self-absorbing, because, you know, like I was saying before, I was at my birthday and my Cancer friend came round. This is a celebration, it's my birthday, and it comes once a year. Celebrate with me. Don't come here talking your shit. You know, that's a very self-centered thing to do. I don't care about it. You know, tell me any other day, but why tell me now at my birthday? Do you not think that is a very self-absorbed thing to do? You know, like, the list is endless for why I don't date Cancer men. So to conclude this video, I will end it with the last couple things. I just find these men to be very self-absorbed, like I just said, and they are never fully aware of how you're feeling. They're never quite bothered about how you might feel, because their needs always seem to come first, and that is ridiculous for me. It should be a 50-50 way kind of thing, and they're never completely aware of that. Now, the last thing, I think I mentioned it before, but I kind of feel with these signs, they're very open with their love life. Like I said with the guy from Tinder, yeah, like, you know, he's very spiritually free, and I find them to be very expressive with their relationships and their love life, and I find that very unusual, because it can be a good thing when you are speaking to someone or a friend, but these men tend to carry baggage and carry, you know, energy from their previous or even their current relationship, and they try to bring it into a new one. So these men tend to jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. So these are not the men that I can sit here and say that, you know, I gravitate towards, because of those many reasons. I will also say this: Cancer men are very good at being led. Although they are a cardinal sign, they're very good at starting things up. We all know this. However, they seem to sit very well supporting a Saggy woman, alright? Sagittarius woman. They will support her because she is the boss woman, right? And she needs someone, she's like the queen, and she needs like a group of men to help her. And a Cancer man fits that description because he will help her. Nicki Minaj and Safari, I always use those examples because that is perfect. As for me, as an independent Aries woman, I like a very masculine man, because a lot of my chart is very masculine. So I would gravitate towards someone who has masculine energies, and I don't find the Cancer man to be the most masculine of signs. Also, the last thing I will say, which is what I always say about the water signs, is water signs are led by emotion rather than logic. So when it comes to how they feel, they will act and do things based on emotion rather than thinking about it first, acting later, and being logical. That is the main reason, one of the main reasons why I don't gravitate towards the Cancer man. So like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever. But that is my video on why I do not deal with Cancer men.